Welcome back to the
Welcome back
formation. Yeah,
The
I'm
podcast where
Kira
we
with.
jap.
One day you guys will figure out the beginning.
One
It
day,
almost worked.
we will be good at an intro. Anyways, go ahead. Who are you?
My name is Kira, Fast Car Kira on Instagram and TikTok.
My name is Viv. Viv talks fast cars on Instagram and TikTok.
We are your
And I'm
co-hosts.
Emma. I am your producer, and I am Fast Car Fangirl on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
What merch are we wearing today?
My merch. I'm wearing this Pato Award hat that I got at the Indy 500. And it's really cute. It's one of my favorite hats. I'm also wearing my little McLaren Hollister hoodie with Lando Norris in the back. But I'm not going to show y'all because that means standing up. Go ahead, Kira. What are you wearing?
I am also wearing the white Pato Award X Elba Award collection hat. And then I have a Colton Herta jersey on. Rip Colton Herta.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Fly high,
Colton
King.
Herta's career.
My merch is a hat that was gifted to me by Caesars for the 1981 Las Vegas Grand Prix, which was actually called the Caesars Palace Grand Prix, which occurred in 1981 and 1982. So the Vegas GP is not the first Vegas Grand Prix to exist. Fun fact.
I can't believe you're so old that you went to the 1981 and 1982 Las Vegas Grand Prix.
T.
I'm pretty sure
T.
I'm the youngest out of the three of us.
I think you lied to us about your age, Emma.
Yeah, I'm actually a vampire.
Viv, can we have a sidebar?
Sorry. I am so gone. I am so gone. Of me just going.
Awkwardly long pause in the edit.
I'm
just
so
leave this
sorry.
in?
I'm so sorry. I apologize so bad. I'm so tired. Like, I'm filming from my
And
bed.
it just comes back. And it's like, Emma has been asked to leave.
Okay, so now that we're back from our sidebar, Viv and I talked it over, and I think we just need to reconsider what your roles are on this podcast.
What, because I didn't research this week's episode?
Well, that and you didn't disclose vital information, such as you being at the 1981 and 1982 Las Vegas Grand Prix.
And
I
also-
can actually tell you
just
who won
uncomfortable.
1982. I don't know who won 1981, but KK Rosberg won 1982. I don't
I'm
know
just-
why.
I'm just really uncomfortable with the fact that you would, like, lie about something like that.
She's crying. This is the whole thing.
I'm sitting there laughing. Oh, you know what?
But also, we also discussed the fact that, baby, you can't keep getting sick. 2 episodes without you. And then you see Kira and I fighting for our lives. And then we're like arguing. And then we're fighting. Then we don't talk to each other for like an hour. And then we're back. It's like a breakup, but then we make up. You know what I mean? You can't keep leaving us.
I think next season I just need to become friends with people that aren't McLaren fans. Like, I think I just need to drop any McLaren fan in my life and really invest heavily
And then
in
Kira will have
non-McLaren
0
fans.
friends.
Yeah, because TikTok is all rabid Lando Norris fans will jump down your throat for saying anything about. You could literally say Lando Norris had a great race, and people will be like, "Oh, he had a great race, not an amazing race, so you hate him. You're just being a hater
But
for no
there's
reason on the
also-
internet."
But you are a hater.
The opposite of that happens. But also, Kira, do you really want to try to defend yourself as not a hater? Are you trying to make yourself is that what you're trying to label yourself? You're a lover, not a hater now?
a hater, 100%.
Yeah, exactly. Kira, we literally became friends because we are haters.
Listen, I am a hater 100%, but I'll be open about it. I'll back it up. I don't like when you go and you're in the comment sections and you're giving valid criticisms, or even it's like, yeah, I don't like this driver because of this thing he does or because of this thing he did, and people are like, so actually you just hate him. Well, yeah.
No, I think criticism is valid.
Yeah, criticism is valid.
I'm Lando's worst critic.
Sorry.
That's the thing. I love Lando, but I'm like his worst critic. I would be the first one to call out his BS. And honestly, and that sums me up as a person. Because I could literally love you so much, but I would be the first to criticize. But it's just
As it should,
constructive
like,
criticism.
Like he's not infallible.
No,
None of them
nobody
are
is.
infallible.
None of
And I
them
think
are.
That's been like one of the interesting things on the internet since the winter break started, is that I've seen a lot of that where people will be like, wow, I thought this driver was great this season, and people will be like, how dare you hate on him? And it's like,
But you know what pisses me off? Like, it ticks me off like bad, because sometimes people need a little reality check. I know that we get like very into the sport, like we defend our drivers, we're into it, whatever, it's the thing of being a fan. But then when people are like, oh my god, I feel so bad for him, like, oh my god, like the way that they're treating him, and then I'm just like in a corner like, babes, why do you feel bad for a millionaire? That man drives a car and he doesn't have to worry about where his great grandkids are gonna be in school. They're gonna be set
does
for
not
that.
know who you are.
No,
And
he's
also,
That man
like,
does not know of
baby
your
girl.
existence.
He's a
No,
25-year-old baby girl, Viv.
and I'm just like, yes, I will. Listen, I will call somebody like, oh my god, he's so baby girl. But then the reality is, I don't feel bad for them. I will feel bad if they get hurt badly, if they had like a really bad crash or something like that. I'll be like, oh my, because I'm not a monster. But at the same time, people need a reality check and be like, yo, you're feeling this way over a millionaire?
Now that we've talked about Formula 1 for 16 minutes, should we talk
Why
about
do we
IndyCar?
always circle back? We always circle back. The awkward
I have lore,
pause.
random IndyCar lore.
Okay,
Why are we?
so-
It's the pauses for me. Like, why are you doing?
Yeah. What do you guys do when I'm not here?
We argue. We pull each other's hair
A lot.
virtually.
I know, I edit the episodes.
We
Have
pull
you
each other's
watched
hair.
The episode.
Last week's, yeah, I'm in halfway through it.
Okay.
This is the first one I did not edit for context.
Have you gotten to the New York part?
No, I'm scared
Okay.
about that.
That was Viv and I were like, who is this delusional? Like, we were like, what is going on?
I cannot wait to listen.
Wait, what?
The New York part that we discussed.
What? New
Formation
York
Yaps,
thing?
big right here, knows exactly what we're You'll have to watch our last week episode to find out what I'm referencing here, including Viv, who discussed it.
And Emma.
I was there, but I was not there. It's like New York. What did we talk about New York? As I'm
So
going to
today
YouTube right now.
We talked about, or today we decided to talk about IndyCar lore, IndyCar basics, potentially. We're approaching the 2026 season very quickly. We're like 2 months out from the first race in St. Petersburg at the end of February. Emma is getting ready to say something.
We still don't have a second Dale Coyne driver.
And we still don't have a second Dale Coyne driver,
We literally
which is part of the lore.
We literally were like, well, I was like, oh my god, wait, I need to, sorry.
It was supposed
I'm
to
trying
be
do
Thanksgiving.
Christmas,
It was supposed to be
Thanksgiving,
end
and
of
then I was like,
September, and then it was supposed to be December 15th, and now it's going to be the first day of testing.
literally
It's going to be,
first
you know what it's
roll
going to
up.
be? It's going to be J-Bull last year with the no design on his fireproofs, just in the black fireproofs the entire season.
It's gonna be practice day 1, Friday of St. Petersburg, and all of a sudden they're gonna be like, oh my god, we still have a second car. Who comes in? And then they're just gonna pull some poor Indy Next driver. All of a sudden it's gonna be in Dale Coyne.
Put Miles Rowe in the car.
But my god, yes.
He did
I
really
would,
well in
I would
IndyCar,
gag.
Indy Next.
I would literally gag.
He's doing Next for another season, but I am such a huge Miles Rowe fan. He is genuinely one of the kindest people in the paddock. He's an incredibly talented driver, and I cannot wait to see where he goes next season. I think the championship is going to be him or Lockie, now that Kaio's not in the running.
Wait.
Yeah,
I
because
wanna
Kaio
know-
is in
Wait,
the
wait,
four.
wait. You said Lucky.
You know how I'm excited to see in Indy Next? Mr. JMC.
Is he doing it again?
I thought so.
Is he?
I swear I saw something that he was doing it.
I don't know, but we will be seeing him in Daytona.
Hold on.
Oh, I
I
have so much random
swear.
500 lore that I'm going to pull out. Hold on.
Yeah, he is. He was confirmed in October.
Send me that post.
JMC was reconfirmed in October to Cusick. Wow, Kira, that's such interesting lore. Thank you for sharing.
Sorry, Kira. Sorry. I'm trying to.
Thanks, Kira.
Oh, my lord.
Thank you,
Hold on
Kira.
1 second.
We're gonna talk some lore today. We're gonna talk some of the fundamentals, some of the differences
basics.
between like F1, our favorite races to go to and to watch.
And our favorite
you should root
teams,
for.
even though we already we
favorite
didn't talk about teams, we talked about drivers, but
Yeah.
we can touch a little bit on everything just so you guys can be prepared and ready for this new season since it's starting so soon, guys. Next episode we're all going to talk about IMSA.
In 2 months, the St. Petersburg race is going on right now in Florida. So, IndyCar is America's prime open wheel prime. IndyCar is America's open wheel series. They also race in Toronto. They're pushing for a race in Mexico, especially
I
because
really
Mr.
hope that
Hot
happens.
You should race
heavily
internationally.
It was heavily rumored that Mexico was going to be on the schedule this year because they were dropping Iowa. Instead, IndyCar is coming back to Phoenix, which will be the best race on the calendar in the 2026 season, in my unbiased opinion.
The Phoenix GP should hire Kira
Fully
to
biased.
do like as media for them at this point. Not media, like promoter.
No, literally.
Words.
I have posted more about the Phoenix Grand Prix. Sorry, the Good Ranchers Grand Prix. Then the IndyCar account, then the Phoenix Raceway account, then their TikTok. I know where to sit. I know where to eat. I know where to
If
drink.
you are planning on going, please watch Kira's video on where to sit. It's
a great
actually really
video.
informative and helpful.
Yeah, me and RL
I will not
had
be
a debate
there,
about that.
but
And it's gonna be this year since it's in Phoenix. I was literally the thing dropped, like the dates dropped, and the moment that the dates dropped, I texted Kira and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be over there, girl. You better put that inflatable bed." Well, not now.
get
I
a
have
real
a bed
bed.
now. I have a
This is
bed
your bed,
now.
Viv.
Yeah,
Right
I
here.
have a bed now in Kira's house.
so IndyCar is made up of 17 races that happen over a combination of ovals, street circuits, and track circuits or road circuits, as they're also known as.
Ovals
It's usually
are
split pretty
obvious.
evenly, I would say.
Yeah, I would feel like it has a little bit of a deeper, like, oval racing heritage, just because of how big the 500 is and stuff like, and how historic it is. But it is spread pretty even nowadays. Yeah.
Especially
between
coming
all
into
those.
2026. Because that was one of the big critiques last year, was that the first oval race wasn't until May.
Yeah.
And now it starts in St. Pete at a street race, and then it goes to Phoenix, which is an oval. So a lot of people are saying that's like a lot better of a switch to kind of show both sides of IndyCar right away.
It would be amazing if they did street, oval, road. Street, oval, like, road.
Yeah, because sometimes they'll go like oval, 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 oval.
The
Street.
second half of the season. It's literally the
second-
first half of the season
Literally.
is all street circuits and tracks, and then the second half is all ovals.
They need to, like, split it out better. I'm not
It's
gonna
more
lie.
because the ovals are primarily owned by NASCAR, and so they have to find the right weeks to be able to use them.
Yeah, but at the same time, brother, I cannot do 3 straight weekends of an oval.
I love an oval.
I love ovals, but
They're chaotic.
baby, I need something
My-
else.
My
I
favorite
just-
oval
just like
happens
road
to be St. Louis. I find that the most chaos always happens. The racing is always really, really good there. I'm really sad it's starting so late this year at like 8:30. The broadcast starts, which is crazy because I'm like, it always starts during a sunset, and there's a pretty sunset.
My
Yeah, that's
favorite
crazy.
oval,
Is it
if you know
Phoenix?
what I want to say. IndyCar hasn't raced there in a while, so I don't know yet. I did enjoy Nashville last year, watching Nashville. That's a
Nashville
pretty
was
great
fun.
oval.
I don't want to talk about this year's Nashville. I don't want to talk about it. Dude, okay, I gotta say it. I really do enjoy Milwaukee. I
No,
like
Milwaukee's
Milwaukee.
a great.
Yeah,
I want to go.
I've heard some people being like, "Oh, Milwaukee," and I'm like, "Milwaukee's freaking cool, bro. What are we talking about?"
It's the Milwaukee Mile.
It's the Milwaukee Mile. But I've heard people say like, "I'm like Milwaukee, like it's a little bit boring," and I'm like, "Boring for who? Because not for me."
I think that's
It's a
the
short
common
oval. I
misconception.
love a good short oval.
I
Chaos always
love
happens on
short
short
ovals.
ovals.
That's like
That's
yeah,
why I
so-
love it. It's chaotic.
I think that's the common misconception is people are like, oh, you're just watching cars drive in circles for 2 hours. And it's like, well, actually, no. Like, the ovals make it more interesting because you have to really be paying attention to who's leading. Because at some points, it's like all of them are, like, bunched together, and if like, somebody falls behind or if somebody pits or whatever,
Yeah,
like,
that
it looks like
happened.
this
That
guy's
happened at the
leading now.
500.
Yeah.
This year's 500, I was like, at one point, I was a little bit confused. It's because I left to go get something to eat and then come back. We talked about how St. Louis and Milwaukee, and which was yours, Kira?
Phoenix.
She said Phoenix.
Phoenix. Oh, sorry.
I like
Yes.
Nashville too, but Phoenix.
Nashville, you know what I find so fascinating about Nashville? I don't want to talk about this year again, but I find fascinating the way that the track just fully tilts. I love when a track like has that tilt. I love it. Like because I've been to the Indy races, but I have never been to like an actual oval like that.
If you were gonna tell somebody to watch Indycar, why are you telling them to watch Indycar?
I think that the racing is not comparable to F1 in the fact that it is a stock car a spec car series in that the cars are all designed similar. There's two base cars. They all use the same chassis. They all use one of two engines. And I think that you're really able to see the racing product for what it is. And I think that is something that you don't get in other open wheel series. I also think that the competition, I'm not saying F1 is a hard competition. I'm going to get attacked for this. I think the competition is a lot closer with an IndyCar.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I was going to say like around the same thing. They're not the same car, but they are the same car. You know what I mean? So to me, it depends a lot on the driver. Like in F1, yes, it depends on the driver, but at the end of the day, it's a competition on who built a better car. In IndyCar is like all the cars are similar. You can't be going too crazy with it, with the changes. You can't be doing all that stuff. So it really relies on the driver and the engineers and stuff like that. And that to me is very interesting. That's where you get to really see the skills. Like you get to really see them shine. And it makes it very interesting. And the fact that also this is going to sound weird, but like they're so varied in age that you can also like see like the different driving styles like from all of them. I don't know if it's like an age thing. I really do think it's an age thing because
no, I completely agree. I don't think Scott Dixon races the same way Pato
that no
does,
one races or Pato,
yeah.
you know, like
Mm-hmm.
and that to me it's like whoa, like that's how he's doing it, but like here comes Nolan and he does it this way, or like it's like it varies, but like I love it because you can really see them shine in different ways, and I like that.
What about you, Kira?
IndyCar has a couple aspects that I think add to like the strategy too. You know, like they can refuel the cars mid-race, so now you have like a fuel strategy, not just a tire strategy, and so I do really like how that kind of adds to that, even from a fan perspective of they're gonna pit his car and fuel and tires, so it's a longer pit stop, but now he can go a lot longer than, you know, the guy in first because the other guy's first stop was only tires and he still will have to refuel.
Yeah.
And then there's even like parts where there's still 10 laps left. Is he gonna make it to the end with the fuel in his car, or did they mess up that part of the strategy and everything else went perfectly and he's about to win, but now they don't know if his car is gonna make it?
Let's not talk about Pato. How dare you talk about Pato at the Indy 500? How dare you?
Well,
How dare you bring that up?
Was that the 500 where
No,
like
there was also a race where
Ferrucci
Rossi
was,
ran out of fuel like 3 times.
Yeah.
Also, Rossi running out of fuel, and then Stingray and Kyle, that massive collision. I think it was Iowa race 2 in 2024.
Well, do you remember there was a famous picture that came out this year? I think it was Ferrucci. Somebody like ran out of fuel after the race ended, so he didn't make it back to the pit. And somebody threw a beer over the fence.
It was
Oh yeah, it was Ferrucci.
Yeah, great picture. Only IndyCar gives you that picture of him like
only in the
beer.
car. Yeah, they first they threw him like a water bottle. So he drank like a little bit of the water bottle. He threw the water bottle and then he grabbed the beer. I was like, let's go. Here's the
It was at Road America.
This is IndyCar. America.
So I think it just, like Emma said, it's spec cars, so they're all built similarly. They have a lot less difference than an F1 car. And so it's like a lot of times it does depend a little bit more heavily on strategy in a way that F1 depends on strategy, but it's also like if the guy with the faster engine already has pole, like nobody's going to pass him.
Something
but that's
I love-
harder to get to in IndyCar.
Something I love about IndyCar is you literally could be running a race. Your car could catch on fire. You have to deal with that, and then you end up winning the race, and it's your maiden win. We are talking about St. Louis this past year, by the way, if you want to see that race. This is probably one of my favorite races of all time for IndyCar. What was Rossi? 2016 Indy 500 is also one of my favorites. Hinch on pole.
You mean when Alexander Rossi won as a rookie in the Indy 500, the 2016 Indy 500?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was 2016 or 2015.
It's 2016.
My bad.
Dude, this
Rossi's
year,
rookie year.
I was I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of being like, this year I was like, oh my god, there's Rossi. Like, it would be kind of cool to see him there, kind of winning with the ECR car. It would be kind of cool, I'm just saying. And then he caught on fire.
So while we're talking about the 500, not to mitigate him catching a fire.
What is the 500?
I have some 500 lore, but I'm going to let you guys explain the 500 and then...
Okay, let's talk about the 500
So-
and why is it so different? Why is it the biggest one? The Indy 500, just like the biggest racing event in the United States. Honestly, how people describe it here in Indiana, of the world, the biggest racing event in the world, and the best racing there is. Also, people in Indiana are very hardcore about this, y'all. They're hardcore. There's a whole area, like a whole city, that's called Speedway. And it's just like it's where the speedway is. Like, that's crazy.
The Indy 500 takes place on Memorial Day weekend every single year, which is like the last weekend in May, the third weekend.
Yeah, it's the last weekend of May ish.
The official race. Technically, there's events going on throughout the month of May. The schedule changes a little bit. They qualify.
They qualified
before.
the weekend before, and then the weekend before that they have the Soncio.
So some reports state that the Indy 500 is actually the first official, governed actually it may not be. I have to finish my pre-World War II IndyCar research. That's actually a niche of mine that I'm getting into. It was one of the first documented and noted races of dirt racing, and then it's known as the Brickyard because the original track was made of bricks before they filled it with cement and other things. Some interesting facts about
the first run of IndyCar was in 1911. Not IndyCar, the Indy 500 was 1911. Sorry,
so
I just needed to throw that fact.
Actually, what's really interesting is in the beginning of before Indy 500 became what it is today, two people would run simultaneously. There would be reserve drivers that would take over halfway through the race, but not every driver had one, which is really interesting. In 1941, there's kind of a talk about who actually won the race. There's two possible winners in 1941. Basically,
that's crazy. That's insane. I love it.
Maury Rose started the race, and then Floyd Davis took over as the release driver. Davis drove most of the race and most of the winning laps, but Rose finished the race and took the checkered flags. So he had a co-winner, basically. But then
so it's debatable.
Maury Rose went on to win 3 times, and Floyd Davis never won again, which is really interesting. Also, a tradition that they have at the 500 is winners drink milk.
Yeah, which is a sight to see, actually.
Do you guys know why that started?
It was the dairy trying to get promo.
Yeah.
So Louis Meyerson in 1936, won the race, and his mom had always told him that you should cool down by having a glass of buttermilk. So when he won, he asked for a bottle, and the dairy industry of Indiana realized they could capitalize on this once they saw photos posted everywhere of this winner drinking milk. And as a result, this tradition started. There's only been a few times a winner has not drank milk. Fittipaldi, one year when he won, he actually requested orange juice to promote citrus farming in Brazil, and that did not go over well with the fans.
Yeah, I remember that whole thing.
What?
What kind of milk would you be drinking if you won the 500?
Lactose free.
It's lactose free?
Because I'm lactose intolerant.
Me too. Can I request an oat milk?
Personally.
Lactate?
Chocolate milk. Chocolate milk.
I feel like
and
it would
some
look a little
lactate.
weird having brown
strawberry milk
poured all over you.
Strawberry milk, maybe.
Not me getting into like a fight with the milk company that was releasing Prairie Farms, being like, why did you make Helio Castroneves chocolate milk and Marcus Ericsson strawberry milk? That should be switched. And then Marcus Ericsson's chocolate sponsor, Husky Chocolate, liked my comment, and they were like, we agree. Marcus should have gotten chocolate and Helio should have gotten strawberry, especially because Helio's last when he brought strawberry powder to mix into the milk so it'd be pink to match Meyer Shank.
Oh, wait. Another fact about the Indy 500, we get more drivers and more teams, right? Because Dreyer is one that only does the 500 run, right? Yeah.
So in a regular IndyCar race, there is up to 27 cars allowed to compete. In the Indy 500 is the only race that allows up to 33 cars to compete. So you often have extra drivers who enter, not often, pretty much every single year you'll have extra drivers that enter. If there are more than 33 cars that enter to compete in the 500, you have what is called Bump Day.
Yes.
This takes place alongside qualifying, where drivers essentially compete to claim the last
few spots,
depending on how many extra drivers.
My favorite one. Sorry. I feel like my favorite one was I think it was like TK was doing like his run to try to, it wasn't he trying to be like reserve or something like that for this year's 500, and then also seeing Ed Carpenter race. Imagine being like Ed Carpenter racing is racing. That is crazy. That's so funny.
I think it's important to note that the driver who gets bumped is not necessarily an untalented driver. It's just the way the race goes. I mean, 2007, Fernando Alonso got bumped, and he is not a bad driver. 2 Le Mans wins, a Daytona win, 2 F1 World Championships. This is not what the conversation we're having today.
Okay, so that's Bump Day. All the drivers qualify. They slowly whittle down to their starting positions until there's a certain however many drivers are left to compete for the last. Isn't it 2 spots?
4
3 spots. 4 spots.
It goes to the last row. It's the last 4.
So
it's the last 3.
3. It's
the last
3.
Yeah. 3. Yeah, the 11 rows of 3.
Which is really good to see. Which is really insane to see, like when the race is about to start and they do their formation laps, but their formation laps are like in these perfect rows, and they have like the helicopters on top of them. This year, it was crazy to see. I loved watching that. It was really good.
So this past year, a rookie actually got pole for the 500, and it was historical in the fact that a rookie has not gotten pole since 89. And then on top of that, I don't believe since 1913 has a rookie gotten pole who has never driven on an oval before.
Which is crazy. Imagine like not having that.
And then the car just could not drive.
And then
let's not talk about that That Prema car, the biggest disappointment. I was so high up here, and then we saw how that Prema car was going, and then my hopes went completely down like this, really down. But it was insane to see the fact that Helio Castroneves, it was Helio, right? It was Helio. Nope, it wasn't Helio. It was Takuma Sato. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Helio?
It was Takuma. What? I'm mixing them both because my brother talks about them. Like, I don't know why my brother would mix them up too. I don't know. It was Takuma Sato. And Takuma is a legend. So the fact that Robert, I don't know what he drank, what he got on that car. He put some He put something on that fuel or something, but
So
that was crazy to see.
I believe his oval race engineer at least was supposed to be just his race engineer for the 500. Then he convinced him for the rest of the season. I believe works for NASA.
There we go. They put that jet fuel in it.
I do not have sources to back me up at the very moment, and I could be speaking out of my tejes, but I remember reading about this. So maybe I will find a source.
It was insane.
There'll be a follow-up on
And
this
then-
next week.
Pato also
was in the running
really
for
good.
pole.
It was like at one point I thought, here we go, Pato is fully gonna grab it, but then I was like, it didn't happen, obviously. Pato, this year, I'm only talking about this year because this year was the first time that I actually went to the track to see everything happen and go down. The way that this year, this one's gonna be next year when we post it. Happy New Year's! And everybody was like, there was two names that people just kept saying, and it was Pato and Joseph. It was Pato and Joseph. Not even Palo. And Palo was like top high. Like he is like top high. Everybody's like, he's like winning everything. Like he's amazing. But come the 500, and everybody just kept talking about Pato and Joseph. Like, and then the whole Joseph the whole Penske thing happened. By the way, guys, the way that people will throw around Penske's name can be really negative at times because Roger Penske owns IndyCar, he owns IMS, he basically owns a chunk of a lot of things that can make a lot of decisions
And most of the street
look shady.
circuits.
Yep. So it can be very shady when suddenly a car that was not performing out of nowhere starts performing.
Or their rear... You know what? We're not going to say that.
Or there's a reason that they took Joseph's car out of the museum.
They actually are trying to work on that this year. That is a new rule for this year.
Yes, which I am very glad for.
Yeah, so Penske Entertainment purchased IndyCar in 2009, and since then there have been two major scandals involving Penske. In 2024 it was the push to pass scandal. In 2025 it was the attenuator during the 500 qualifying, which ended up disqualifying all of the 500 Penske cars from
Not
just
all,
qualifying. They were able to race.
And just Will and Joseph. Scotty Mack was fine because
Scotty
he
Mack
destroyed his car.
Oh, well.
But it was also found that
yeah.
the part... He was also
was
found
his
that
own
the part
fault.
was not on Scotty Mack's car. Like, Scotty's car was fine. It was only on Will Power and Joseph Newgarden's car.
So, for 2026, Penske and IndyCar implemented an independent officiating board, which has some of its own hesitations with it from fans because the FIA is also involved in this officiating board, so people are wondering if the FIA is going to try and kind of take over with IndyCar more, or if they're trying to integrate it more into like an F1, F2 kind of standing. But that is the solution for now to the Penske conflicts, is this independent officiating board to help with penalties and technicalities and officiating.
Which I actually give them a little clap for, because it means that they're actually trying to fill out those spaces where there was just like all these negative thought of like Penske is involved. As somebody who does PR, I think this is great for Penske.
Yeah, I think it's a step in the
he's
right
not
direction.
that good, but I feel like this is a good step towards something
It'll be
better.
interesting to see how it's actually handled, because a lot of the documents about it so far have come out and they're very vague. So I'll be interested to see how much like power, I guess, they actually have and what they actually can do. But there's 3 board members so far. 2 were appointed, and then the third was deemed by the FIA. And then they're electing a race day manager who will handle everything at the tracks.
Which I wonder how the FIA went about this, because like I wonder if it was like a few people and then they just voted on who would be the best, or if they were just like going by experiences and resumes and all that stuff to pull out like this new person.
It was
Like, I wonder
really
what they
vague. I tried to find it because I looked into it and it was super vague on how, like, the 2 board members were selected, how the FIA picked their person, and then it was the last person they're gonna select, it's like race day manager, day-to-day manager, is just gonna be elected by the board.
Interesting.
So again, it seems like it might take some Penske bias out, but also
now we got more involvement with the FIA too.
Yeah.
But I feel like this could be good. This could be good if it's done correctly. This is gonna be good. But again, if it's done correctly, because we know of IndyCar doing things and then suddenly they just fall through, or like they just don't do it the correct way.
Yeah.
I feel if it's done correctly, then yes. But also coming back to the 500, I wonder if they're gonna do it for the 500 too. You know what? Because the 500 is such a big deal.
What do you mean they're gonna do it for the 500?
Like if they're gonna have that board for the 500, or like if it's
for every race.
It's for every race.
For every race. Okay. Because
I think especially
to me, it's because to me the 500 is just like, yes, it's IndyCar. Yes, it's like part of the calendar, but to me it's just like its own thing.
Yeah, it's for every race, especially because last year's particular issue was at
that's crazy.
500 qualifying.
Imagine choosing the biggest, like literally the biggest race in your sport to do things like that.
But then it makes you wonder,
who else did it?
How long have they been doing it, you know? Again, away with it. Because then people were looking at, like you said, they took Joseph's car out of the
museum because people were going and seeing
and trying to see if that piece is on his car.
But people were saying that it was there.
Yeah, people said it was there, that they missed it in 2024 too, and he won. So then people were like, "Oh, Pato actually won then because Joseph cheated."
Yeah, and then Pato was like, "I don't want that. I don't want that." That was like the worst. I imagine him saying like, literally the worst moment in my career, and you're telling me I want it? No, f that. But really, the 500 feels like it's yes, and like again, like I said, like yes, it is part of the IndyCar thing, but the Indy 500 feels like a complete other, like different world compared to the other races. The amount of people that show up, the amount of people that even watch it at home, the amount of events, the amount of promotion, everything here in Indiana changes. Like even downtown, change the names of the roads to drivers' names. That's how big like the Indy 500 is here, to the point that they even like put like a big sign in one of the skyscrapers, and it's like the whole month of May. And it's crazy that they choose like an entire month just for like one race. You hear about the Indy 500, but you don't hear about the Suncio. And Suncio is like literally like what, 2 weeks before the 500 at the Indy road course.
Yeah, and I mean, we've talked about that I think on every single episode now, is that like that's one of the downfalls of IndyCar in a way, is that they push so hard and they promote so hard for the 500 that people don't even realize that they have this whole season and this whole championship outside of the 500, which is you know, still interesting, still a big deal. So if you're going to get into IndyCar, watch the whole season.
Watch the whole season, but you will see the big difference, like once it gets to May. Once we get like in April, once we get to like the mid-April thing, oh baby, it's all about the 500. From then on, everything is about the month of May. It's gonna be May. Like that's what surprised me to see too. Even Java House changes, and everything is just like Ed Carpenter, Sean Rasmussen, and Rossi. Like everything is like they're like drinks named after them. They have like meetups all over the Java houses, and I was like, what? Why am I going to my local Java house and like drinking something called the Rasmussen? Like it's crazy.
I saw the menu published online last year, and I was good. Like, it looks really good. There was like a iced lavender latte, one of the places, and
that one was the Rossi one.
I love a good lavender latte, girl.
But
So I definitely
the
think
Rasmussen
that
was good.
if you are considering watching Indy, this should be the season to start. I think that Townsend, Hinch, and Buxton do a great job commentating and explaining things. And I think it's a pretty easy series to learn once you get started.
It's
Yeah,
longer. The
I
races
think
are much longer, but sorry, Kira. The races are much longer. We have
They're not that much longer. They're
compared
about
to an
30
F1.
minutes longer.
I'm saying laps and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah. Laps,
Bec-
yes. Time.
like baby, the 500 is 200 laps. And there's a few that have like 100 or something laps. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
yeah, compared to an F1 race, they're longer. And most of the people that are getting into IndyCar now, it's because they must have come from F1 because there's like a pipeline here. But yeah, don't expect it to be shorter. It's longer. And honestly, you're gonna see some really good fights between these guys. And IndyCar changes so quickly that the person that has been leading the entire race out of nowhere could just drop. And then boom, we have somebody who has never won before winning.
Pitch me your favorite driver. Why should I care about your favorite driver?
Why should we care
You know
about
what?
the diva himself, Christian Rasmussen, number 21, like Roberto Clemente? If you're Puerto Rican, you know that. Christian Rasmussen drives for ECR. He is a Gen C king. Not as much as Malukas, but still Gen C king. Born in the his race that he won, he's the first time IndyCar race winner. His win was at Milwaukee. Was it? Yeah, it was Milwaukee. And it was Milwaukee.
His first race win was not Milwaukee, it was St. Louis. Or was that his podium?
Was it?
Oh, I was wrong. That was his first podium.
I was like, are you telling me Christian Rasmussen's biggest fan that his
I would get up if I could walk.
Yeah, he won in Milwaukee with that last pass to Palou being absolutely insane, but also because he is also very aggressive and the way that he took out Connor. And then it was the same week that he had a problem with Santino. So it was like everybody was against Connor for like a moment. And then they started calling them the Brat Pack, and it took me out. He is also really freaking funny. So come join the cool girls that like Christian Rasmussen. He also does the 24 Hours of Daytona. He is a past winner with car number 99, or Spike as we know it.
Emma, who's your favorite driver? Why should we care about him?
That Colton left. I don't know who Kyle's gonna talk to. So, if you like a man who posts a lot of pictures of fish, may I recommend Kyle Kirkwood? You know, Andretti is a team that has... That was terrible promo. Andretti is a team that has my heart. And I am a Logan Sargent fan. That is not something I've kept hidden. That is not a surprise to anybody at all. And I kind of got into IndyCar through Pato, and I was like, you know what? I also really like Kyle. He's Logan's best friend. He's funny, and he's pretty good at racing. He got pole my first race I went to. And I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. And then he started this year with a Chili's livery, and I was like, that's it. That's my car. So, you want a car that changes liveries every few weeks? That might be Kyle. He used to be a pink car. Yeah, bring back the pink cars. I'm really mad that AutoNation pulled out as a sponsor. Because we had the most gorgeous liveries with AutoNation. If you want an online king whose best friend just left him, may I recommend Kyle? He is very Florida man core. Oh my god. Kira?
Pato Award.
And also follow Colton Herta in F2, please.
Yes. Pato Award is a fan favorite. He is also my favorite for now. I have two favorites.
Because
For
Mick
now.
is coming, baby.
Yeah.
Mick is coming, baby. That's what I'm saying. Rasmussen, I'm sorry, but this season, you're on the line. You're on the line, baby. You better step it up. Thin ice.
So, I got into IndyCar because of Alexander Rossi, sarcastic king. He does not want to do media, and you will know it. And you gotta love him for it. And then I fell for Pato Award, the fan favorite face of IndyCar at the moment. His Fox commercial, I'll quote, fastest 25. Yeah, he's funny. He's relatable. He's not really relatable at all, but
No,
you know.
actually, the way that he eats, to me, it's like how he's always eating as if it's his last meal.
Yeah, he's always eating. There's a really great photo of him. I think Elba posted it of him like wrapped in a blanket in pajamas and he clearly just woke up. And I'm like, that's why I like this man. Like, that's why I'm following this man.
Is that
in
your
IndyCar.
man? Yeah, that's my man.
However, Mick Schumacher is
Thin eyes,
starting
baby.
to
You
get-
on thin eyes this season.
And I'm so sorry, Pato, but I followed Mick in F2. I followed him in F1. I'm following him in WEC. I will follow that man to IndyCar. Like, I'm already here in IndyCar. I don't need to follow him. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very excited to see Mick race with Ray Hall. What is it? Ray Hall, Letterman, Lanigan? Ray Hall,
Lanigan.
Lanigan,
Yep.
Letterman.
Ray Hall, Letterman, Lanigan.
RLL.
I'm very excited to see him race in IndyCar. I hope he does well. And I hope he
I'm
can
scared
prove
for
himself.
the ovals, but I feel like he got it. I feel like he
I
got
think
it.
he's
you know?
fine.
I think he's gonna be fine. I'm scared for an oval, but I feel like he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be okay. He's gonna be fine.
Other fan favorites, Alex Palou just had an incredibly dominant F1 season. Or not F1.
F1? Yeah.
Incredibly dominant IndyCar
The
season.
McLaren
He
lawsuits
had-
would like to have a different statement
talk.
with you. They would like a talk. Zach Brown's lawyer would like a talk.
Zach Brown's lawyer is calling right now. Alex Palou, Joseph Newgarden, people either love him or hate him.
I feel like he's a sweetie, but he did not help himself like at all this season. Like
He
every
became a
single
very
time.
controversial character this season.
Yeah, like every single time somebody would try to like pitch something up to him to like help fix it, it was like a big no. And
Yeah.
it was after the whole Penske thing, like the whole 500 thing.
Yeah.
Before that, he was the fan favorite. Like he was like everybody was getting to Joseph. Like we see the big three, which is Palou, Pato, and Newgarden, as you could see in their commercials and stuff like that. They're like the big three. But I feel like after that happened, everybody just kind of turned on him.
Yeah.
And he did not make it, like, it wasn't like he was trying to fix it. It was just, he just ran with it. But if you actually meet him, he is such a sweetheart. Oh my God. He's so nice. Remember when we got cut off the line? And then he was like right there. And we were looking at each other like, almost crying. We literally looked at each other like, no, but I had like a pink marker and he was like, he had like his normal marker. He was like signing stuff. And I handed him my marker and he was like, it's in pink. You want me to change it to pink? I'll do it in pink for you. I can do it for you in pink. And I was like, oh, you sweetheart. I wanted to not like you, but you are so sweet. God. And that's how they get me.
That's one of the other great things about going to an IndyCar race is the autograph session.
Mm-hmm.
All the races, they're run a little bit differently, but
Yes.
for the most part, you just get in line, you wait, and then the drivers are set up in some kind of way, and you can have them sign things, and you can talk to them. Some people need to learn some serious autograph session and line session etiquette. I have a
Yes,
few
please
words.
do not make
with a few fans.
do not make it to be like a 10-minute conversation. We're trying to like
Please
there's a lot of people.
Don't ask out the drivers during the autograph session.
Please don't do that. Please.
This is their place of work. Please do not ask them out.
If you see them at a bar,
That is okay.
go ask them out. If you see
Go
them in
shoot
the
your
paddock,
shot. Please don't.
shoot your shot. Come on. Don't have a 10-minute conversation. It's so hard because it's like it's so exciting to meet them, but when you're at an autograph session, please don't take 10 minutes standing there talking to one driver, especially Mr. Pato Award, who will stand there and talk to you.
He's
because
such a yapper. He's
there
such a
is
yapper.
a
talk
giant
to
line
them?
of people behind you.
In the paddock. Go
baby,
ahead.
go to
Talk
the
to them in the paddock.
Or
Not
like
in the autograph line.
baby, but also just go out to a local bar. They will be probably
They
there.
will all be there.
They will be there.
If there is one thing this grid loves, it is going to a bar, all of them, all together.
Yeah, they do not try to be like they do not try to hide the fact that they're there for a reason, and they come
Some
from,
of them
like,
live with each other. Several of the drivers are roommates, or I don't know if
I
currently, but I know
cannot go
some of them.
out to a bar. I cannot go out to a bar without the fear of seeing any of them. It already happened to me.
That's the other great thing about an IndyCar race is that you can buy a paddock pass, and they tend to be affordable. So you can, I'm ignoring the dog crying in the background. They tend to be affordable. You can add it on to a general admission ticket, and you can go to the paddock. You can see the garages. A lot of times you can see the cars driving through, the drivers walking and scootering through. Again, be mindful, it's their place of work. If they are going
Be mindful.
somewhere,
You are there at your own risk. Also, they do make you sign a
a
waiver. Guys,
You may get
need-
hit by a scooter.
yes, but you also need to be very aware of your surroundings. Don't be that person that's not aware of what's going on. You will get run over.
So we'll do a part 2 maybe next week. Give me your
Yes.
hot take, and then we'll sign off. What's your hot take of the week?
Hot take of the week.
Mine is if you're gonna get in the autograph line, do not do it on your first day on this earth. Be a mindful, respectful person and understand
Please.
that I know you've been standing in line for 3.5 hours, but so have I.
Please, this is a hot take, but this is a hot take for the drivers. Y'all need to stop spilling. Y'all need to stop getting drunk and spilling tea. Y'all need to
switching your
stop.
name on Twitter.
Specifically
Y'all
to
need
Emma.
to stop.
Stop telling me drunk gossip.
Don't tell fans
Please.
drunk gossip when you're drunk
Please.
in Nashville.
Please, when you're drunk at Clayton's, please stop saying stuff. Please. I cannot hold it to myself. I am, if not a chismosa, I will not keep it to myself.
Emma, hot take?
You know what?
Fantastic.
The IndyCar community is a lot smaller, and I think that we know each other pretty well. So maybe not being rude to other women in the paddock, I would greatly recommend, because it will get around and everyone will find out.
And then we all know who you are.
We'll talk behind
and
your
then
back
we talk about you.
I don't know
And
if
then
we should-
here's the thing.
Oh, I'm cutting that.
No, and then here's the thing.
Viv, we got none of what you said.
Okay, what's the thing?
I'm saying that
You
here's
froze
the
for a
thing.
second.
Now we're gonna know. And then we have to look at you. And then in everybody's eyes, your image is ruined. So you don't want that. But sadly, it already happened.
I've been saying that ever since I started my TikTok, is that you never know who you're talking to. And I think that goes for pretty much any motorsports series. Because even, I said that I met a content creator in 2024, and I was very excited to meet her. I walked up to her at a race, and she rolled her eyes at me. And ever since then, I'm like, I will not watch a single one of your videos. I will not support you. I'm not going to comment on your stuff. Because, I mean, and I was a nobody. I still am. I don't have a lot of followers. But she didn't know that at the time. Like, she doesn't know that I'm not, like, working for a team and was about to offer her paddock passes, and she chose to roll her eyes at me instead. So, like, I feel like, changing my hot take, Harvey agrees. Harvey
But
agrees.
seriously, the paddock is a very small place. Everything, what you say, will get back around.
Yes.
Whether it's talking about a driver or talking about somebody that you know,
Yes.
or don't know. It will get around. Kind of everybody knows everybody.
And you will not only hear it in that event, you will hear it in every single event. Because everybody, some way or another, knows each other. And girls,
Also, all of
we
these
love
drivers are the biggest gossips.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
even the
Yeah,
girls.
they are.
The drivers, if they know a bit of gossip,
Oh, yeah.
it is getting
Oh,
spread
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah. Yep. And they love it. And they will go to you and talk to you about it. Like, they might not even know you, and they will drop the tea because they're like that.
That also follows for drivers in other series. I've had drivers come up to me to tell me gossip in the middle of a race.
So that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
formation yap of the week. Thank you for listening. We will do a part 2 of IndyCar where we can get more into the technical stuff. If you have questions, DM any of us or the Formation Yap Pod on Instagram and TikTok at FastCarKira, Instagram and TikTok at FastCarFangirl, TikTok and Instagram, and Viv Talks Fast Cars.
Bye, guys. But now I want to know, who was it?